the year is 2018 and 3D printed guns are kind of a big deal right now. From the defense distributed Liberator pistol that's fully 3D printed to 3D printed AR-15 lowers, people are constantly pushing the boundaries of what is possible with 3D printers. So people ask me all the time, why not 3D print an AK receiver? Today we're going to find out why. So this was a 3D printed AK milled receiver that we modeled in the computer, made a couple modifications to it, and we built it with a legitimate AK parts kit. So it's got a standard AK bolt, it's got a standard AK bolt carrier, standard AK fire control group, a very loose pistol grip, X-Tech Mag-47 magazine, a KOP optic mount, no gas block because a gas system implies there's going to be more than one shot. Yes, as you can see with my overwhelming amount of confidence, I do think this thing is going to explode right off the bat. We might get half of one round fired out that barrel before this entire thing flies apart. I'm just hoping my parts and pieces are still going to be, salvageable after this is done. I just don't know what exactly or how it's going to look while it's exploding, so that's why we got a little bit of iPhone slow motion, and I really just want to see what happens. So this is going to be a fun video, guys. The ammo that we're going to be using for today's test is your standard Tula 7.62 122 grain full metal jacket, the best that Walmart has to offer. Alright, so we did find out that we had to take off the pistol grip because there was no trigger guard to secure it against, so it was kind of wobbling and stopping the trigger from being pulled. So we're setting it up again, and let's just blow this shit up. This is the super dangerous part, so if everyone at home would just say a silent prayer for me. Be super, super, super careful, because that is mosquito. Ready to go. 3D printed AK-47 receiver, test number 1. AKA, this is why women live longer than men. 3, 2, 1. I'm glad we had this here. Oh my God! Holy shit! Look at this. This is still smoking. The inside of the barrel here is still smoking. So we have our selector that still has part of the receiver on it. That's nice. Parts of our receiver here. X-Tech magazine survived because it's a fucking boss. Use a coupon code the AK guy for 5% off your order at X-Tech. By the way, thought I'd put that out. Oh, cool. Okay, so here's our barrel assembly. That's pretty nifty. This all looks pretty well intact. The chamber has a lot of carbon on it from where you can see probably a lot exploded outside the barrel, so cool. I don't know where the bolt and bolt carrier are. I'm pretty sure the firing pin is completely FUBAR because it will not freely travel because it pretty much just had a out of headspace detonation, so that's interesting, but holy shit, there's just pieces of receiver everywhere. Oh, here's our access pin. Inside the tire for no damn reason. That was everything I could have ever hoped for. This was fucking neat, and my parts are still okay except for a firing pin, which I can replace. So these are all the pieces that we found. These were literally all the receiver pieces we were able to find. This right here, everything else I just assume returned to nature. As you can see in the slow-mo, that was pretty fucking incredible. This is why you can't 3D print an AK receiver, and I knew this was going to happen ahead of time. I didn't think it was actually going to be this bad. I thought we'd have a chunk of a receiver left over. I knew it was going to completely blow past the locking lugs. I knew it was going to destroy the ejector, and I knew it was probably going to push out the back and completely rip apart the rear trunnion area. I was not expecting that. That thing fucking exploded. It just went everywhere, so that was incredible. And all the real steel AK parts are totally fine. Like the barrel looks good, all this stuff, which is kind of nice because I mean, this is kind of a nice optic mount, the KOP optic mount, so I was glad to hear it loosened up a little bit because it kind of exploded. But I did also find this little piece of shrapnel, I mean the casing, from the round that was fired. That thing completely twisted apart. Basically what you saw was the equivalent, excuse me if I can speak today, the equivalent of an out-of-battery detonation or a bad headspace, catastrophic malfunction, whatever the hell you want to call it. And here's why you can't do a 3D printed AK receiver. You can't even do these guns with cast trunnions without it failing after a couple hundred, if not a couple thousand rounds. Doing it in plastic is just a really fucking bad idea for the reasons you just saw. So the reason you can 3D print an AR lower is because there's no real stress on the lower. The lower just holds the fire control group and it holds the magazine in place. all of the actual force is in the upper receiver and in the barrel. So the AR-15 has a barrel extension, which means the bolt, which is made out of metal, locks into the locking lugs, which are part of the barrel. It's a barrel extension. The lugs themselves are in the barrel. All of that is steel. On the AK, the lugs are in the front trunnion, or on a milled receiver, the front of the receiver, where it would be the front trunnion. So it's actually made into that part itself. When you make that out of plastic and you still use a metal lug like on this bolt, it's going to shear through it like there's nothing there. It's what you just saw. And on the AR-15, the ejector is in the bolt face itself. On the AK, there's a shark fin ejector that's in the rails. Again, you make that out of plastic, it's a steel case and a bolt coming back real damn fast, you're gonna shear it right off. These are all reasons not only you can't do a 3D printed AK receiver, but these are reasons why you'd have a very, very difficult time doing an aluminum AK receiver as well. In fact, if you set it up, sorry, the mosquitoes are terrible. It's getting colder, it shouldn't be that bad. You'd have a very, very hard time keeping the original design and just doing it in aluminum. A couple people have tried, and this is exactly what happens. Not to this degree, because aluminum is a hell of a lot stronger than 3D printed ABS, but now you've seen firsthand why this is kind of an issue, and if you're going about the home building of an AK, maybe you should stick to doing things the old-fashioned way, because 3D printing, until we can 3D print metal, do some sort of DMLS stuff, it is not there for the AK. So we did this for fun. It's kind of a learning experience. Hopefully it was entertaining for you guys. That slow-mo shot made it worth it for me. I am gonna watch that a lot, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, we have a lot more projects like this coming up in the future. I've got 2 or 3 things that I'm really excited about, so what's a way to ask for subscribers without sounding like an ass? And if you're wondering about the shirt, we're going to have those available on the website soon, probably around the Black Friday timeframe, so keep an eye out for that. And we're also going to have another AK-50 update soon, and things are getting a little bit more cheery. We're finally moving along in a good direction and getting that pre-production prototype to you guys as fast as possible. And there's a couple of design updates that I'm really excited about too. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. In the meantime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Fuck, that was cool. The year is 2018. 3D, fuck, right off the bat. That's awesome. That's awesome. So if you want to go ahead and keep, okay, I'll do that fucking shit again. This is an annoying amount of give there. Nice.